So let's get started. So, morning everyone. Welcome back to live trading. If this is your first time on live trading, welcome. We are using the webinars channel in Slack to communicate. So we structure live trading is pretty simple. Talk about what's working in the market, what's not. We build the watchlist live, we trade the watchlist live. So big news, PDT is going away tomorrow at 8 a.m. I cannot believe it. The PDT rule has existed for as long as I've been a trader. So I started out with the PDT rule, and the fact that it's gone, oh my God, I can't believe it. How awesome of an opportunity is that? So going forward, starting tomorrow at 8 a.m., you no longer need to keep $25,000 in your Cobra account. All you need is $10,000, which is huge. I mean, not huge. It's huge opportunity, not a huge number. And if you don't have the $10,000, Cobra has a different option for you. So we are announcing that we are partnering with Cobra's sister company, Big Trades. So Big Trades is a U.S. regulated broker with only a $2,500 minimum investment. You get 0 commissions. You get DAS platform. If you want DAS web, it's free. So if you want to use a web-based DAS platform, it's going to be free. If you guys want to use the regular DAS platform, it's going to be $100, which is not that much. All you have to do is when you go to the account application, just hit affiliate and hit MIC, and you're going to get all the promotional offers. Some really great news is this is my Big Trades account. So I just set up my Big Trades account with a $5,000 deposit, kind of giving myself a little bit of a cushion and a little bit of a padding. And my game plan with this account is starting tomorrow, I'm going to start trading it. And then hopefully I could grow it to a really solid amount. And after I grow it to that solid amount, I could give away the money to MIC members. So first things first is you have to be an MIC, obviously. And yeah, so that's going to be awesome. Additionally, I have another giveaway that I'm doing. So today, during the Cobra webinar, if you fill out your account application for Big Trades and you fund your account by Monday, okay? If you fund your account by Monday, I will be selecting one random person that opens and funds their Big Trade account to double their initial deposit, all from me. This is not from MIC, it's not from Cobra, it's not from Big Trades, it's from Alex. So if you deposit $2,500 and you win, I'll give you an extra $2,500. I'm not suggesting this, but if you deposit $50K and you win, I'll give you $50K. My cap is $100 grand. So don't just deposit $100 grand and hope that you're gonna win. That's gonna be my cap. That's gonna be my match. Again, this is not affiliated with Cobra. It's not affiliated with MIC. It's me. So someone send the link for that Big Trades account application so you guys could fill out your application and fund your account by Monday, right? So yeah, I mean, this is going to be a sick opportunity. So really, really awesome stuff. Really, really great. I will share the link to Big Trades right now. And that's pretty much it. So, and you have to be selecting that MIC as the affiliate so that we could track who is depositing from MIC. So pretty big giveaway. Again, for compliance reasons, this is not a MIC giveaway. It's not a Cobra giveaway. It's not a Big Trades giveaway. It is an Alex giveaway. So open up your account and fund your account by Monday, and we'll select the winner. Really, really sick. So that's number one. So with that being said, really exciting stuff happening. So I got my Big Trades account that I'll be trading and I'll be giving away money from. We have this giveaway for funding your accounts, and we're gonna have a webinar today with Cobra Trading and Big Trades. at around 10:30, 11 o'clock to answer any questions that you guys may have. So really awesome stuff, really exciting stuff, and can't believe that PDT is going away officially tomorrow. Sick.
So
Sick,
crazy,
sick,
man.
sick.
Yeah.
So
It's the craziest thing I've seen.
literally, bro, literally, it's gonna be freaking
Yep.
nuts, man. Nuts. So yeah, really, really awesome opportunity. Hopefully someone that deserves it is gonna win. Just for reference, do not direct message me. I'm not gonna pick the winner. It's gonna be random. So please, James, do not message me. Anyway, yeah, so our next giveaway is our New York Stock Exchange giveaway, which is going to be, I think the date is like July 8th or something like that. We have not selected the winners yet. Cobra's been pretty backed up with the PDT rule going away. So hopefully we'll have some winners pretty damn soon. And that's it. So let's get started by talking about the market. So, market just continues to rip. Marvell just went straight up yesterday. Jensen Huang, the CEO of NVIDIA, came out and said this is the next $1 trillion company. What a lot of people don't know is NVIDIA invested $2 billion into Marvell. So by Jensen saying that, he made $1 billion on the investment, which is kind of fucking crazy if you think about it. But yeah. So semiconductor names are just still ripping up higher. Micron, SanDisk leading the way. Marvell going crazy. Cybersecurity names have been really, really strong lately. CrowdStrike has been just straight up. PANW has been straight up. PANW reported earnings, and they kind of sold off on earnings. So it's kind of like a sell the new setup. Overall market coming down a little bit. Oil going up a little bit. So we're kind of in this period of the market. If you look at the indexes, we've just been straight up. And it's just been really crazy. Again, I do not think that the market is going to crash, but I do believe that we're probably going to have another pullback here soon. It's not healthy for all these things to kind of just go straight up forever. So I'm probably not really looking to initiate any long positions on any of these crazy, large cap names. I kind of mentioned yesterday that, I want to go where the money flows, right? So wherever the money is, I don't care if it's like my biggest trades this year were oil, silver, and gold. Before this year, I had never traded oil, silver, and gold ever, but I made like 100 grand on each of them. Why? Because I'm going where the opportunity is going. All of the patterns are the same, man. The patterns repeat, whether it's on commodities, whether it's on futures, whether it's on stocks, whether it's on whatever the hell it is. So you just want to go where those patterns are. And for me, obviously the large cap stocks have been where the money is at, So the money has been in a lot of these large cap names. So I don't want to just be, negligent and ignore these names. I try to trade whenever I think that the opportunity is there and the opportunity is possible. But a lot of the money this year has been large cap, mega cap names. So if that's where I have to trade, so be it, But aside from that, my main thought process, small caps are always a priority. I always want to trade small caps first because that's kind of like the predictable money for me. And yeah, so let's get started by building the watch list. So let me just take some water here real quick and we'll start. So the way that we build the watch list is we always go to the previous day's watch list and we build from there. Why do we go to the previous day's watch list? Because we don't want to miss what was moving the previous day because some of those stocks may still be in play. So let's start. ANY. ANY, this was the main stock that I traded yesterday. Caught a little bit of a scalp, but now it's kind of dead in the water, so not really seeing anything there. SPC, this was my main watch to short yesterday. It just went straight down and straight down and straight down with not really much of a bounce as an opportunity. It just goes to show that when the momentum subsides on some of these names, it's just like, there's no real bid in sight. You know what I'm saying? So Nothing really there. I think that opportunity is over. It's already kind of collapsed. Next, VSA. VSA broke down. It was a pretty low float stock, just broke down. And I have a rule that, if it kind of goes back to where the move started, right? If it goes back to where the move started, then I no longer am interested. So you can see VSA started its move around 480, and it kind of came back down. So it because it came back down to where it started, no longer interested in that. So nothing there. DXST, same thing. I mentioned that there's a low float, ignoring short. It ramped up, sold off, ramped up, off, sold off. Can you make an argument to short around $5? Yeah, you can, but the float is so damn low that it might not be worth it. So probably gonna ignore that. GXAI, when this thing broke down, I was looking for a bounce towards 2 to short it. I missed it. Steven got a really, really good entry on it yesterday and it just ended up collapsing. So no real opportunity there. BJDX, yesterday's main hot stock runner ended up just pulling all the way back. So it kind of looks like a lot of the plays from yesterday are no longer, anything of substance. Let's go to what's moving today. S-Dot, potential hot stock of the day, potential runner holding above VWAP. So S-Dot, potential hot stock of the day, potential runner, ignoring short. Next, MSAI. MSAI tried pushing up pre-market, lower float, and just ended up collapsing. Hopefully in a perfect world we get a nice bounce on this. I would love around $8, $8.50 and $9. So MSAI, lower float stock, but broken down. So looking for a bounce toward $8, $8.50, $9 to short. Next is LASE. LASE is a multi-day stock. If I look at the past history, this stock does have, excuse me, this stock does have multi-day moves in it. So I'll just kind of wait for it to kind of blow off and exhaust. So not really interested in it today. You can see that this is the key area here around like 280, let's call it. So it needs to break under 280 and not reclaim for me to be interested. So LASE, until this breaks under 280, I am going to ignore short. Next is XOS. XOS, a stock from kind of yesterday running into today. It'd be nice if we get some sort of move on this, but on this something like this XOS, you can see that there's some support here in like the 620s. So ideally, I would want to see it break the 620s, bounce, and then fail to bounce, and then I'll be interested. So XOS, 620s, key support. Ideally, breaks down that area, bounces, and then on the failed bounce, I can look to short it. And then ASTC was a stock that was trapping multiple days, had an offering, I think this morning, and now is reclaiming. So probably gonna ignore this non-niche stock, non-niche, ignoring. So probably main watches of the day are gonna be like this MSAI and XOS, depending on how they react. As you guys know, I'm very, very selective with my trading. I don't want to trade every single stock that's moving. Less is more for me. So that's kind of what I'm thinking coming into this morning. A couple of announcements for anyone that missed it. PDT is going away tomorrow. So starting tomorrow officially, you could trade with as little as $2,000 in your trading account. Cobra has dropped their account minimum from $27,000 to $10,000, which is awesome. They've introduced a brand new sister company called Big Trades, which you could use with a $2,500 account. The difference between Cobra and Big Trades, we're gonna have a webinar on it today at 11 a.m. So stay tuned during live trading. We're gonna keep live trading rolling. But pretty much the difference is less routes with Big Trades, but in exchange for less routes, you get free commissions, less locate providers. So I think Big Trade is only going to have 3 locate providers, whereas Cobra has 20, and a bunch of other little things. So it's kind of like, Big Trades is like high school, and then Cobra Trading is like college. You graduate into it. So I started a Big Trades account. I put $5,000 into it, and starting tomorrow, I'm going to try to see how far I can grow it, and then give away the profits to our MIC members. So if you're an MIC member, all you have to do is just stay a member, and we're going to be selecting people at random to win money. The only compliance thing is that this is not an MIC promo, it's not a Cobra promo, it's not a Big Trades promo, it's Alex doing it out of his own pocket. So that's that. Additionally, we're going to have a Cobra Trading and Big Trades webinar today at 11 a.m. And I have a big bonus giveaway is if you fill out your application and fund your Big Trades account by Monday, right? And I don't want to hear, oh, they didn't approve my account in time, they didn't do this, that. They literally do it the same day. So if you fill out your application today, you could wire in tomorrow, and that'll still give you a 3-day buffer, right? So open your account and fund your Big Trades account, and I'll be selecting one person who uses the promo code MIC in their account application to double their initial deposit. So if you deposit $5K into your Big Trades account, you use the code MIC and you win, I will be sending you $5,000. My cap is $100,000. So if you deposit $100,000 and you don't win, I'm sorry, it's random. So really great promo, really great opportunity. All you have to do is just go to bigtrades.com, fill out your application. The application gets approved in an hour, and then you wire in. How do I know? Because I funded my account and I got it set up in like 24 hours, man. So this is my Big Trades account with 5K equity. And starting tomorrow, I'll be able to trade on it. So with that being said, I'm going to pass the baton over to Steve, and then we'll get started live trading here in the next 8 minutes. So today's going to be a pretty jam-packed day. Going to be live trading pretty much all day. Going to be bringing on the Cobra guys at 11, and then we're going to call it a day there. So Steve, without further ado, the floor is yours, man. I'm going to go make a coffee.
Cool, sounds good. So, as I mentioned earlier, I've gotten a ton of DMs, emails, DMs, text messages, wires. Everybody wants to know about PDT and their options for brokers. So I've been telling everybody to make sure you guys join today. So definitely stick around for after the live trades. Cobra's going to be on. You guys can ask questions. You guys will get all the lowdown. Everything will be mentioned today. All your options, everything. I think there's just a lot of excitement. I think a lot of us are wondering, we got this, 30K account. What are we going to do with all the money, et cetera? Can we withdraw it tomorrow? Can we do A, B, or C with it, or what's the deal? So anyways, make sure you guys stay tuned to that. Couple fun things real quick. We've got a meetups channel. Make sure to post there if you guys want to host a meetup or if you want to join a meetup. There's a Toronto meetup being hosted by Harry, Banshee, Kern, a bunch of the members out there are going to be doing that June 13th. So make sure you check the meetups channel for all that info. Boot camp event in Orlando is officially scheduled for August 22nd to 24th. So make sure you guys block that out. There's going to be more info released on that. Also, I spent several hours yesterday and today planning my trip. I'm going to be in Australia probably most of the summer until the boot camp event. So I'm going to spend like a month and a half starting in Sydney, maybe Brisbane, not sure where else, but I'll be there like 6 weeks. So I'm going to definitely plan some meetups out there. I've been promising for years that I'm going to get out there, and this is it. So pretty soon, yep, Sydney. So pretty soon I'll release all that info once I got all my dates pinned down. My wife's visa's approved, all that kind of fun stuff. I'll pin it down. We'll plan some meetups, and I'm really looking forward to hanging out with you guys before Orlando. Okay, so for PDT, I talked with Alex past couple days. We want to do something really, really exciting for you guys, something that I think is going to help you guys a lot. If you guys are in MIC, come into webinars. I'm going to post everything there. Then I'm going to talk about it. If you guys are not in MIC, we've also got some good news for you guys as well. So here's the deal. Just posted it. MIC PDT sale is here. The PDT rule is gone. You no longer need 25,000 sitting on the sidelines to trade, right? Instead, put that capital work by investing in the one thing that can compound for years to come, your education, trading skills, and future. So here's what we want to do for you guys. A couple different options. Everybody's in a different situation, but most of you guys are on payment plans, right? First, we want to give you guys a great deal like we did last year around Black Friday. A lot of members took advantage of this. We want to do something really special for you guys with paying off your payment plans. If you guys are making payments for any reason, I don't care if it's gold, I don't care if it's platinum, if you're in the diamond program, I don't care if it's live trades, whatever the case is, you could pay your balance in full and receive a special one-time payment discount, right? Then you're done forever, you get the discount, save some money, you're good to go, and you don't need to worry about renewals. Second, if you are gold, if you're silver, if you're on a trial, you guys could upgrade to platinum. You could get off the monthly renewals forever. You unlock full permissions. Again, the bootcamp event in Orlando is 100% free for platinum members, but it's like, I think it's $997 or $1,000 for everybody else. So there's a lot of benefits to being a platinum member. I think besides the full permissions and access is that, hey, you're off the renewals forever. Otherwise, you're just paying renewals year after year after year. I get a lot of members, they DM me and they say, hey, I've been paying silver or gold renewals for 4 years now. Should I automatically become platinum? I mean, it's kind of like if I rented a house for 20 years, you know what I mean? And then I just said, hey, I should own this house because I've been renting here for 20 years. I mean, it doesn't exactly work like that, but we do try to help you guys out and we take that into consideration. And when you, for example, upgrade from gold to platinum, what we've been doing is crediting, the last 6 months or so of your payments, kind of help out, right? So whatever your situation is, if you want to upgrade, it's definitely cheaper long run. It puts you here for life with no renewals ever. So we're going to give you guys a discount on a 1, maybe even a 2-time payment option for that. If you're in the live trades, if you're listening to me now, whether you're on a monthly, you're on an annual, multi-year, whatever it is, we're going to give you guys a higher tier, annual, multi-year. We're even offering a couple lifetime options. And that will also be discounted if you guys pay it in the one payment, right? You guys have heard a lot about our Diamonds program. That is a private small group with about 20 members that Alex leads, and that's focused on longer term investments. I posted the stats above. Some of our positions are basically up 50% the last couple months. Overall, we're beating the market by a lot. It's a really, really great way to get involved in the markets, whether you've got money from trading, you want to put that in the markets, or whether you've got some small income every month that you could dollar cost average into the market. Whatever the case is, it's a good fit. We're only going to accept, I think it's like 2. So definitely hit me up if you guys want to do that, right? If you guys are not, we've got the PDT sale, 50% off for your trial month. So just email me, stevenrh1@myinvestingclub.com. We got about 30, 40 seconds, so I'll hand it back over. Thanks, Alex.
Thanks, Steve. And then one more thing before I forget is we are trying to figure out designs for our annual bootcamp t-shirt. So if you have any ideas or any design thoughts, just direct message Edge Stock Trader. Oh, there he is, bro. He's like a robot. And that'd be great. And if we select your design, we'll do some sort of a promo or giveaway for you.
Nice. I'm going to submit some comic graphics, and I'm going to see if one of those wins.
I think last year we did the Alex Indicator, which was a big hit.
That was with the boxing, right? That was a
Yeah.
good one. Yeah, that was fun.
So with that being said, guys, Mark is going to open up here in 5 minutes. I have 5 seconds. And we'll get started live trading now. Let's see. So if you see something moving, call it out. So XOS is on that 620 support. So potentially if it fails, if it bounces and fails, could look to short it. LASC, big move up. Oh, also, we have a 50% off sale for our memberships. I forgot about that too.
Yep, 50% off.
We got too many promos, bro.
It's, man, there's a lot going on. If you guys if you guys want to be here, we're going to find a way to get you here for a really good deal. Now's the time. I wouldn't wait till next week. I wouldn't wait till next month. I wouldn't wait till Black Friday. I would do it now.
Yep.
This is the best opportunity ever.
So XOS broke that key support of what is it, 620s. So I'll watch a bounce maybe to get a potential scale in short. So we'll see. Ideally, like 650 would be a starter area. So we'll see. There we go. So I took a starter here on XOS. Starter is a starter position. It means I start in small and scale in if it works for me. Pre-market plan was wait for a 620 breakdown. Got the 620 breakdown. Now hopefully we get a bounce towards that $7 area. But just in case we don't, I'm taking a small starter. Again, a starter does not mean to go all in, leverage your account, sell your kidney. It's about 1/10 or 1/20th of my position. So if I want 1,000 shares, I'm using 100 shares, you know? This MSAI is looking weak too, but can't really short this weakness. You know, you can see there's some resistance at 750-ish area, but here we go, nice bounce. Scaling in a little bit more here, 73 on XOS. Didn't get the fill, got the fill now. So scaled it a little bit more. Still using very, very small size. There we go, 7. Beautiful, beautiful. This is why I use small size to scale in. So I got some more 694. I'm in about 10% of my size at 670 average. If we keep going above 7, I'll scale into like 20%-ish. But I'm using very, very small size. There we go. A little bit of some fails there. So add a little bit more, 697, 15% size. Average is 680. Slowly scaling in. Very slowly. Not all in. About 15% of my overall size that I want. Why so small? Because I'm not getting my confirmation yet. Let me see a death candle. Let me see a signal. Let me have a reason. Slow and steady. $7 is definitely having some resistance though to start. You can see every time it tests $7 it fails. You can see 680 is support, so could potentially watch for a 680 breakdown to add a little bit more. Well, you can see every time it tests $7 kind of acting weak. Watching 680. Mm-hmm. 680 again. Got a little bit of an ad there, 686. Anticipating a little bit. So right now I'm at about 20% of my max size. So if I want to use 1,000 shares, I'm in 200 shares. That's not the size that I'm using, but just for reference, I'm in 20% only. Why? I still have not seen the major confirmation signal that tells me to get more aggressive. You know? I'm going to set a stop market order at 680. So if it breaks 680, I'm going to automatically get an ad. That'll kind of help cure some FOMO. SanDisk and Micron heavy. So right now I'm in autopilot. I got my 20% size, and if we break under 680, my stop market order will hit. Let's see. Stop market order. Hit. Added. 680. Okay, let's see. Sorry, guys. My cough is just not going away. MSAI bouncing too. So MSAI bouncing. We might have an opportunity there around that 750 resistance. So if we get MSAI to bounce towards 750, I'm definitely going to hit some. We need this 680 to act as a lower high now. LASC some fails as well. A lot of stuff moving today, man. A lot of stuff moving.
Yep, some money flow. Halted up, SDOT, S dot.
S dot, okay.
Let's see if that helps. XOS.
XOS, next support I see is 664. Watching MSAI for 750. We'll see. I mean, maybe I could even take a starter. Let's see. So I took a small starter, 727 on MSAI into resistance. Pretty active morning so far. Using this resistance area, 750s. Where is it? 750. So MSAI is easy to borrow. So easy to borrow means I don't want to overstay my welcome. So more of a nail and bail type of mindset on that one. So we'll see. Got a little bit of an ad there, 735. Still in about 10% size as we approach that 750 resistance area. XOS, next support is 665-ish. Micron heavy, SanDisk heavy, Marvell heavy. Potential profit taking day on the semis. Looking around. Okay. MSAI bouncing. Will not be adding more until I get a confirmation signal. So this is an example of I do not want to scale into my loser. I just want to wait and see if I get a confirmation. After I get a confirmation, I will add. As that's happening, XOS is failing. Adding a little bit more XOS here on the fail, 670. Here we go. Reduce some XOS 660.
Yep.
Locking in some profits as I wait for the next key area. Why 660s? Look at this support here. Next area I'll draw is this 640s. MSAI, 0 ads so far. 0 ads. Watching. Potential fail. Added a little bit here, MSAI on this fail. See if it holds or not. If not, I will scale down my ad. Pretty much looking for that 750 to break down. SanDisk, some relative weakness. LASC, some big fails. MSAI, I'm in about 20% of my size, kind of reserving the last 30% for $8 potentially. $8 is that kind of VWAP-ish area. So if we go to $8, I'll be in that 30% size. So just try to keep it small and controlled. The only way I'd add is if 750 breaks down, which kind of looks like it right now. Just trying to add 750. No fucking fill. Shit. Halt down. What the fuck?
Wow.
Shit.
Holy moly.
Shit. Got an ad at $7. Got an ad at $7 there. Halting down again. Trying to add into the halt down. Trying to add into the halt down.
Oh, man.
Oh!
Oh, my God.
Fuck! Nothing. Halted down. Okay. That's how you add to a winner. Let's keep watching. XOS, I reduced some onto the dip earlier, like I said. That reduction to the dip allows me to size down, wait for another fail. Fuck, man. I gotta fix my throat. Pretty sick on MSAI, scaling in small. Calling out 750, but not getting the chance to add a 750. Fuck. Running out of air, dude.
Man.
XOS fail.
Jeez.
XOS fail.
Oh, my God.
Covering some XOS into the dip.
Yep.
Come
Also
on,
covering
fill me,
some.
bitch. No fill, motherfucker. No fill, XOS. Shit, I was too slow. Come on. Come on, motherfucker. Oh, sorry, I'm being vulgar. I apologize. $6.50, reduce some XOS into the dip. Bam. Okay. So at least I'm not trading like James today. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Poor James. Man, busy morning.
And PDT's going away tomorrow, man. Get ready for some more of this.
Crazy. Yep.
Marvell acting heavy still. It's probably going to drag some weight on the semis. Semi, whatever the fuck it is. It's only been 13 minutes, bro. It feels like the market's been open for an hour.
Tell me about it.
Come on down, baby. Proper stock selection.
Has stock halted up?
Good. Go, baby, go.
Yep.
That's going to take money flow. Why is that important, guys? Why is taking the money flow important? Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Anas, there he is, baby. Yes, sir. So I'm going to continue to reduce some XOS into dips. If the indicator hits, the indicator hits, but I could care less, man. Doing really well so far. Trading pretty solid, scaling in.
MSAI's got about a minute.
Really solid action today, man. Really solid. I could get used to this shit.
Yeah.
I could get used to
Yeah,
this.
man.
That halt down on fucking MSAI was so sick.
That was insane.
That
Yeah.
was awesome, bro.
I had some sub-market ads, so I was able to get some ads, luckily.
So you're the fucker that added. All right, Steve. I see you, cuz.
I stole your fills. I'm sorry,
I
man.
see you, Steve.
I'll Venmo you after.
I'll remember that, bro. I'll remember that.
First the Alex indicator, now this.
Doesn't end. SPY, failing. SOXL, failing. Marvell, failing.
Wow.
Lot of weakness in semis today, guys. Lot of weakness in semis. I would not be the long
MSAI,
semis today.
MSAI about to open. MSAI, I've got some covers spread out just in case we get a big fail.
Filled some more XOS on the dips. Produced a little bit of MSAI on the dip. Marvell, weak. SOXL, weak. SanDisk, weak. Everything weak today. Semi-name. There we go. Covered more MSAI 672. What a textbook beautiful chart, bro. What a fucking beautiful chart. Put that in a fucking trading book, bro. Wow, SPY heavy as fungus. Heavy as fuck.
Yeah, SPY's been on a tear lately, so it's expected.
So MSAI, next dip, I'm going to get out and call it a day. Hey, if you're going to bounce, you're going to bounce. So let me see if I can get a bounce. Added into this bounce, MSAI, small, 715. Any dip under 7, excuse me, any dip under 7, I'm going to just get out, call it a day, and be very happy with my day. If the indicator goes off, you guys better upgrade. And like Steve said, guys, with PDT going away tomorrow, you no longer need to keep 25K in your Cobra account. Wire some money out and use it to stay in MIC longer.
Yep.
So I have an open order to get out of MSAI at 691. XOS, I'm reducing more at 653 if I get the fill. S-Dot halted up again. Holy shit, S-Dot taking the money flow. So I might be underestimating these stocks here. I might be underestimating. So 691 got a partial fill. MSAI. MSAI. All out here.
Nice.
XOS. All out
also
here.
dipping. Nice.
Bam. That's it. All cash.
Pretty nice. 18 minutes.
I'll take that every day and twice on Sunday, bro.
Yep.
Here's my day. So calling it a day, 13 minutes, $6,600, baby. And Alex indicators going off left and right. Motherfucker.
Oh, man.
Alex indicator.
Just close your charts. Close your charts, Alex. This is ugly.
Alex fucking indicator, bro.
Jeez.
That's it. Fucking crazy, bro. But hey, I'd rather you guys get rich.
Cover. Also trying to cover.
So yeah, all cashed out, guys. $6,600 day today. No stress, no headache, no problems. And this is live trading. So if you guys are watching on YouTube for free, I mean, dude, what the hell are you guys still doing on YouTube, man? That's it. Look at this shit, dude. Even lower. Even lower. Even fucking lower. Man. Look at that.
Covering more.
Okay. You know what, dude? I gotta keep the Alex indicator in
Sorry.
my pocket, dude. What the hell? Look at the Alex indicator, man. Look at the fucking Alex indicator. Jesus.
Crazy. Oh my God.
I'm gonna throw up,
Do I
dude.
still have any shares? Do I have any shares left? I still got some XOS. Sorry, Alex.
It's all about stock selection. Look at this shit, dude.
Dude.
So, I mean, guys, if you're not in here, what the heck? Halting down MSAI, motherfucker. I should have made 20K today. I should have made 20K today. But it's not so bad when I'm complaining about making money, guys. Oh, look at LACE. LASC. Dude, look at this. We ignored the craziest stock of the day to profit on the highest probability setups. This is an example of not only stock selection, but proper fucking trading, dude.
Yeah, you know, I keep getting questions from one member who is long biased. He's newer. And I keep saying the same thing. You know, if we're avoiding it, if it's the hot stock, if it's got money flow, all the attention, that's where you need to look. You know, we can't always tell you like, here's the setup for long, etc. But the ones that we're avoiding, look at. Study first bounce strategy, VWAP reclaim, and watch the ones that we're avoiding. Simple formula, just reverse engineer the watch list.
That's it, man. That's it. So I'm going to try to get the Cobra guys to come on a little bit earlier, but I think this is a really fun session.
Really fun.
And easy too, bro. What is it, 15 minutes of trading? All live. All pre-planned.
Dude. So MSAI is halted. I still got small shares on both.
All right, now I'm taking the Venmo,
Believe it or not.
Steve. You were joking earlier, but I'll take the Venmo now.
I mean, I didn't expect them to fail this quick. It's just one of those crazy things. I usually keep some off, you know, off the screen just in case. But these failed really quick, so I got lucky.
Proper stock selection. We didn't trade LASC. We didn't trade SDOT. We stuck to the broken stocks and made money. So really, really awesome. So we're going to get started with our Cobra trading webinar here momentarily. If you guys missed it, we are going to be doing a giveaway for MIC members. So with my new Big Trades account that I start trading with tomorrow, the profits that I make, I'll be giving away to random MIC members. So just go to myinvestingclub.com to sign up, or email StephenRH1 to sign up. We have a 50% off sale going on now. And then additionally, someone post a link for the Big Trades website. Fill out your application and fund your account by Monday, and I'll be selecting one person that uses the code MIC on account application to double their initial deposit. So if you deposit 5K, I'm going to double it. If you deposit 2K, I'm going to double it. And the deadline for that is going to be on Monday. Would you consider shorting bounces? No, I'm done for the day. I'm done for the day. I'm taking my money and running, guys. Would I consider it? Maybe, but I'd rather just take the money and run. I want to take the money and run. I made $6,000 pretty much with my eyes closed. So I'd rather take my money. And I'm very, very happy, extremely happy to have avoided LASE. Proper trading.
Yep, and
Proper walking away. And that's it, baby. LASC,
Yep,
keep
and
squeezing. No, thank you, sir.
yeah, and XOS, I'm all out. MSAI, waiting for the unhold.
Stocks, thoughts on NASDAQ 23.5 trading, is it good or bad? Eventually, everything's going to go 24/7, right? Eventually, everything's going to go 24/7 because it's like the casino, right? If the casino is only open 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., they're going to make a lot less money than if the casino is open 24/7. So all these, you know, institutions and all this, everything wants more hours in the trading day, you know? So stick around, guys. If you guys want, we could bring on some people to answer questions. So if you want to raise your hand in the Zoom chat, we could bring you on to answer questions as we await Cobra to start the webinar. Webinar is going to be here, so if you're watching on YouTube, you don't have to leave. If you're watching on Zoom, you don't have to leave. But this is a typical day. Tomorrow's live trading will not be open to all. I repeat, tomorrow's live trading on YouTube will cut off at 9:30 a.m. and we will reserve it for MIC members. I think we're only charged like $250 to join, guys. If you guys don't have $250 to join, you got to reconsider trading. What was the reason you shorted MSAI? Is it because of the pre-market drop, thinking bounces would be a good short? Exactly right. Look at the move on MSAI. Pop and drop. What's that saying? The trend is your friend. So all I'm doing is following the trend. This trend does not look like a bullish trend. If you think that this is a bullish trend, I want what you're smoking. So I'm trying to follow that same weakness. For the small 5K account, would it be a good idea to share the position size so it brings perspective? Yeah, I mean, I can. The problem is that people are just going to copy it, and I don't want people to copy, you know? So if you want to raise your hand in the Zoom chat, feel free to raise your hand. I'll try to bring some people on. We got tons of promos. You know, maybe we could organize our promos, Steve. So we have one promo, 50% off MIC membership. Another promo, PDT sale for existing members. Wire out of broker and into MIC. Alex Big Trades account P&L giveaway for MIC members. And then Alex doubles Big Trade deposit for one winner who uses code MIC and funds by Monday. So maybe AI could kind of clean that up a little bit. What's the profit today? I shared it. It's right here. Where the hell is it? Where did I put it? Here. 6,667. Right here. And had I just closed my eyes for what? 5 minutes, Steve? Close my eyes for 5 minutes, I would have made 20K. Well, you know what? I'd rather share the profits with you guys. I'd rather you guys hit the Alex indicator. Anas, you're just a beast, bro. Can we give a shout out to Anas, man? Let's give some love to Anas in chat, man. Feel free to email us, StephenRH1@myinvestingclub.com for promos, or go to myinvestingclub.com. Still waiting for the Cobra guys to get set up here. So while we're here waiting, feel free to send in questions. We're ready to go. Man, what a sick trade, Steve. Good job.
Thanks, brother.
Great fucking trading, bro.
Learned it all from you, man.
You know what? I want to actually chime in on something, man. You know how many people that join MIC that are part of live trading literally do not do what we do on live trading, or do the opposite? Like if I'm shorting gold, they're buying silver. Or if I'm shorting MSAI, they're buying MSAI. The whole point of being an MIC, the whole point of this community is let me do the work for you. I am literally showing up in front of you, making millions of dollars a year in front of you. And you guys, some of you guys, are doing the fucking opposite. Why? Why? I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Like, we get on calls with our members, and it's as simple as just do what Alex does, and you'll make money. No, I don't want to. Okay, cuz lose money.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I get a lot of DMs, and just like you say, Alex, it's like, hey, what went wrong with this trade? And I look at the ticker, we were avoiding it, and they were shorting it.
I just don't get it, bro. I don't get why people do the opposite of exactly what we tell them, and wonder why they're not making money.
Right. I mean, I get that, everybody wants to do it themselves, but the thing is, like, what I learned is Alex's, your stock selection is like, 1,000 times better than mine or anyone else I know. So why do I want to try to reinvent the wheel? I don't care if I think something looks good. If you say avoid it, then it should just be avoided because you've got the knowledge.
Bro, that's like going to the doctor, and the doctor says,
right,
you know what, man, I think something's wrong with your liver, right? You got some liver issues. I looked at the test. The tests say you have liver issues. To solve your liver issues, you gotta, eat more salad. You go back and you say, you know what, doctor? I actually don't think it's a liver issue. I think it's a foot issue, and I think I should eat more cake. And doctor's like, are you fucking shot? Or what the hell's wrong with you? That's what people are doing. We're telling you what's wrong. We're telling you how to fix it. And it's like you're doing the opposite.
Right. But that's a crazy good analogy too, because I've heard times from people I know, people that are really smart people who went to the doctors, heard what the doctor said, and didn't believe anything. Then they went to another doctor and same deal. So like, I don't know if it's just human psychology that we believe, believe what we want to believe or what it is, but
I got one thing. Do you want to be rich or not? If you want to be rich, show up at 9 a.m. and leave at 10:30 and do exactly what we do. I'm not saying copy the trades. I don't want to say copy the trades, but what the fuck, man? What the hell? I mean, what more can I do? You're literally seeing it in front of you live every day. Millions of dollars every day. I just don't get it. I just don't get it.
Yeah.
I just don't get it.
We
want to help you guys. We want you to be successful. The more successful you are, the more you will spread the word about MIC. The more you spread the word about MIC, the more we could grow. It is in my best interest to make you guys as profitable as possible. Cobra guys will be on in about 10 minutes. We got about 10 minutes till they come on. Like, I want you guys to win. I really want you guys to win. But if you guys are literally doing the opposite of what we tell you, it's like, all right, if you want to go to California, take I-95. You know what? I'm not going to take I-95. I'm going to take 208 South. The fuck is wrong with you, bro? Why the fuck are you taking 208 South when we're saying I-95?
Yeah, I think like some people just like to learn the hard way. I don't know
I
what
don't.
it is or why.
I don't.
Right.
Like, for example, Steven is a travel expert. If Steven tells me, all right, when you're going to Barcelona, make sure you go to, this church, make sure you eat at this restaurant, and whatever you do, ignore the fucking taxis, I'm going to listen to Steven because Steven's been there. He's done that. I'm not going to say, you know what, Steve, I'm going to go to this different church. I'm going to go to this different restaurant. And you know what? I'm going to actually take the taxi. If you think about it, it sounds illogical. You're like, is something wrong with this person?
Yeah, I mean, and even me, when I go somewhere new, I talk to a member and I ask them exactly that. And if I haven't been there, if they tell me I need to do A, B, or C or avoid here, then, they live there, right? They're the expert.
I just want you guys to win, man. If you win, I win. It's that simple.
Yeah, Clemente says when he really started listening, his trading really stepped up big time. And I remember Clemente, we met at the Vegas, kind of that small meetup with Alex. And we all talked then. Alex gave you some good advice. And since then, correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like you've been listening. You've been crushing it. I see all your wins. So, yeah, it's It's not rocket science. You just got to listen. But a lot of guys just don't want to listen. I don't know why.
So I got the Cobra guys in here. Let me see. Michael, are you in here? If you have to unmute your mic or turn on your cam.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I hear you. Maybe get a little bit closer to the mic if possible.
Yeah, it's just headset. Is that a little bit better?
Yeah, definitely a little bit better. Can you guys hear Michael from Cobra? Cool. I'm going to start recording here just so we have it. All right, you ready, Michael?
Yep, ready to go.
All right, guys. So this is Michael from Cobra Trading. If you guys don't know, he is Cobra Trading in our chat. Michael actually started off as an MIC member who attended the Philadelphia meetup and then got a job at Cobra, which is crazy how small this world is. But pretty much the point of this is to answer any questions that you guys have regarding PDT going away tomorrow at 8 a.m., regarding any questions about big trades. And yeah, so maybe Michael, you can kind of give us a background on, big trades, what the benefits are versus Cobra or the differences, and then we'll get into a Q&A if that works.
Yeah, absolutely. So as everyone knows, PDT is finally officially being eliminated tomorrow. However, that kind of process started late last year, I believe, whenever FINRA officially kind of announced they're getting rid of it, and pass it on to the SEC to get it finalized. Pretty much at that moment is whenever we started working on big trades. As several of you already know, Cobra Trading were very regarded as one of the top brokers out there just in the day trading space as a whole. So we hope for big trades just to be a branch off of that. Ultimately, we're just trying to have big trades and Cobra Trading branded as your one-stop shop day trading firm as a whole. So big trades, that's basically what this is. It's it's tailored to day trading just like Cobra. It's built for that reason alone. So I think that's where you're gonna get a lot of perks that you won't get at any other free commission broker that's offered. So big trades, it is free commission. So that's one of the main differences with Cobra Trading. I think the main thing to kind of consider with the whole free commission model with that is if you don't already know how that works, when it comes to free commission brokers, nothing's free, right? I mean, they're still a business at the end of the day, so they're still making money off of you. They're doing that by monetizing your order flow. So with free commission brokers, basically just think your big box guys out there. They have what's called payment for order flow, and that's whenever you place an order through their system, it's going to be routed internally for them to either price match against other orders, and they're making money off that spread, or they're going to send it to either their wholesale subsidiary market maker or a different execution venue because they're getting rebates for your order flow. So that's where you kind of get that whole slippage. With big trades is free commission, but it's not precisely that same PFOB, payment for order flow model. As y'all know, Cobra Trading, we've been in the business for over 20 years. I think it's coming 22, 23 years now. During that time, we've built some very solid relationships with different venues and firms on the back end, and that's why we're as good as we are now. So with big trades, I find it to be a very good model on the free commission portion because it's essentially piggybacking off those relationships that we have with Cobra Trading. So basically, to essentially sum that up, yes, it's free commission, but it's not necessarily on your traditional payment for order flow model. That's the system is essentially prioritizing routing based on hitting a certain number of execution venues that's going to maximize the rebate for the firm. Instead, with big trades, it's basically capitalizing on the relationships that Cobra Trading has with the execution venues on the back end. So that's what we're utilizing as the execution piece itself. So it's still smart routing. So you're not going to have the routing capabilities as Cobra Trading, of course, which that's one of the big kind of differences there. By routing capabilities, I mean you're not going to have rebate routes, of course. It's just just general smart routing. So no rebate routes. You're not going to have some of those tailored special routes that you get at Cobra, such as the limit P route. So limit P that allows you to do a stop loss limit order for pre and post market. It's not going to have the SSR route that's also specific to Cobra, but that's really the perks you get with being with a true DMA broker. But nonetheless, going back to the big trades piece, because it's piggybacking off the execution venues of Cobra, it's going to be, still a better execution piece than your big box brokers, because that system is essentially designed to, prioritize execution speed rather than, trying to, again, attack certain execution venues that's going to maximize rebates for the firm itself.
Yeah, so, and let me chime in here, Michael. Pretty much, basically, the way it kind of works here, guys, is with Cobra, when you use the routes at Cobra, you get paid a rebate, and that rebate offsets your commissions. With big trades, there is no rebate and there's no commissions. So technically, it's a lot more simpler to just use big trades routing, because it's going to do all the stuff behind the scenes for you so that you don't have to worry about it yourself, right? And in terms of that, I think something that's really, really important too, Michael, that a lot of people don't really know about is big trades is going to be utilizing some of the locate sources that Cobra has. So if you guys don't know, Cobra has nearly 20 locate providers. And those 20 locate providers compete with each other all day long to give us traders the best price possible. Before Cobra, if you didn't have $27,000, you did not have access to that. Now with Cobra, you get access to that for $10,000, and with big trades, you get access to a partial group of those locate providers for $2,500. Correct?
Absolutely. Yeah. So that's exactly how it works. You pretty much hit the nail on the head. So that's the reason why we're regarded as one of the best out there in just overall locate availability and pricing. It's just we're unbiased when it comes to the short locate network. You truly are getting these locates directly at wholesale cost from the vendors that we work with. We're just your facilitator. We're just getting these locates for you. And with big trades, you're still utilizing external locate sources, so you're going to have that pool to choose from. Of course, it's not going to be as extensive as Cobra Trading, but compared to other brokers out there that's in that same space for smaller accounts, it's going to be highly competitive. So definitely a game changer for those small accounts. What I like to say with big trades is, especially if you're starting out with a smaller account, because I think a lot of traders have been waiting for PDT just to simply go away, right? One of a few kind of game changers that I see with this, just based on feedback that I get from quite a bit of traders. If you're trading at a big box broker, I'm sure you've probably experienced firsthand that for several of those stocks, particularly low price securities or small caps, which a lot of traders like to trade small caps, you just can't trade them at all, right? So a lot of these big box guys just completely restrict trading, whether you're long or short bias on them. I've even spoken to a couple of traders that were only trading blue chips at a big box broker, and they were still, not giving them favorable margin requirements. So they were still upping the margin to, have more equity to cover your position. So that's also one of kind of the big notes there with big trades is, again, it is tailored for day trading. So, for the most part, it's all self-directed. We're not going to limit you from trading what stocks you want to trade. So just the fact that, traders with small accounts can now come in and trade whatever they want to trade to, further master their craft at trading, or just, trade alone, right? So I think that's a big piece right there. So yeah, great locate source is not as good as Cobra, of course, which it's definitely going to be on par with just that account size in general. You're still getting that solid execution with it. Big Trades is still using DAS. So that is the default platform. So the default option within DAS on Big Trades, which is free, is going to be DAS Web. So if you're not familiar with the web-based version, it doesn't require a download to your desktop. You're just uploading it on the browser. It is a lot more simplistic and basic form or basic platform itself. You can still use Dash Trader Pro. Dash Trader Pro is available as a paid add-on for $99 a month. That also includes mobile and DAS. I do realize that DAS Trader is $125 over at Cobra, but keep in mind with big trades, you're not getting any rebates for it. You're not having that extensive short locate inventory that you get at Cobra. So that's kind of why you have that little price difference there. You're still going to see market data. Market data is pretty much the same across the board. So $20 for the basic bag package, and also with the $99 on the big trades, if you're going to opt into Dash Trader Pro, it is not waivable. So you're pretty much always going to see that 99. Could potentially change in the future, but yeah, just flat 99 for Dash Trader Pro. Still get all the same perks and tools, of course, routing and locates. That's really your main difference between Cobra and big trades there. Let's see.
Yeah, I got some questions here, Michael.
Absolutely.
I'll kind of MC the questions here. So let's first start with this: is Michael, what to expect regarding the speed of execution between Cobra Rep 25L versus the big trade routes?
So it's gonna be similar execution, and that's essentially the point that I essentially started out with on the big trade side. So it's not your traditional payment for order flow model that you'll typically see slippage if you're accustomed to trading at a big box firm. So with big trades, it's piggybacking off the relationships that we have over at Cobra that we've established over the years that we've been in business. So it's best way to put it, it's smart routing. That smart routing essentially just means the system's going to do it for you, so you can't pick and choose your routes, which is why you don't have that freedom that you do at Cobra. But the system itself is designed to find the fastest avenue to get your order filled. So it's going to be comparable to Cobra trading. With Cobra trading, I've said this before. I don't think a lot of people realize that Cobra trading specifically is that we're one of the only brokers out there that's classified as a true DMA broker. Yes, you'll see other firms out there that are direct market access, and that's true to an extent. But with Cobra, it's true DMA, as in there's no pit stop, there's no system that you're having to filter through to go to the exchanges. We don't have a trade desk whatsoever. And we're one of two brokers with DAS, which I think the other broker is a little bit more privatized, not really public, but we're the only ones with this setup. So essentially, it's the fastest execution you could pretty much get in terms of retail trading, not at the institutional level. So essentially, with Cobra, whenever you place an order through your system, so your DAS on your computer, it's literally sent straight to the exchange. It's not filtering through a trade desk. It's not filtering through the clearing firm system. It's literally the fastest. So if you're using a direct to exchange route like NASDAQ, ARCA, NYSE, it's literally a direct highway directly to NASDAQ or NYSE for, again, the fastest fill you can get on retail. So because of that model you got over at Cobra, again, that's pretty much as good as you can get. And big trades is essentially just catty corner to that. So it's the execution speed. It's going to be very comparable to Cobra.
Cool. Question here, Michael, is it no commissions regardless if you add or remove liquidity? And what if it's about stocks under $1?
Yeah, that's a good question. So it is. So during regular trading hours is whenever you get free commission. That's for stocks all above $1. For stocks below $1, whether it's pre, post regular trading hours, it's going to be 0.004 per share. So there is going to be a commission on that. It does have a minimum of 99 cents per trade, but it is also capped at $6.99 per trade as well. So yes, you have that 0.004, but it is capped on the commission. And as Alex has it on the screen right here, Big Trades is live, so you can see all the fees and all that good stuff. During pre and post market, you can still trade pre and post from 4 a.m. Eastern to 8 p.m. Eastern. But during pre and post market, you are going to see that 0.004 per share commission. Again, minimum 99 cents per trade or $6.99 on the trade. Yeah. So pre-post, you'll see commission regular trading hours, no commission above $1. And it doesn't matter whether you're adding or taking liquidity. Sorry, I forgot that piece.
Cool. What different platforms do you guys have on big trades? It's DAS and what else?
Right now, it's just DAS.
Cool.
Over at Cobra Trading, you have the option to opt into DAS or Sterling, which more than 99% of people will go with DAS. DAS is just a little bit more catered to kind of what a lot of day traders are looking for. I think eventually we're looking at potentially adding Sterling over to big trades, but right now it's just DAS.
Cool. Can you talk more about the pre and post market orders for Cobra? Just heard you mention it now. I think all you have to do is go to I don't know if you even have to go to live chat, Michael, but it should be the limit P route. Limit pre-market is what it stands for, and you could use stop orders pre-market.
So that one's actually only going to be specific to Cobra Trading.
Yep.
So that's kind of the whole aspect of the routing true DMA versus no routing on big trades. So the big trades, it's just smart routing. So you're not going to have, unfortunately, you're not going to have that capability to have the limit P route or the SSR route. So with that one, of course, it's always best to be wary of the position that you're in, and monitoring your own personal risk, and make sure you're good to go on that end.
Okay, so this is going to be a little bit of a tough one. So how does the intraday margin work? It was easy to calculate Forex equity at the beginning of the day, but now this seems confusing, as I've heard it's based on risk of a stock. If we try and go over the intraday margin, does it reject the order, or how does that work?
So the new intraday margin rules that you're getting, it's basically centered around the 250 rule, from my understanding. So if you don't know what the 250 rule is, it's basically if you're holding shares overnight, if it's a low price security, it's either going to be 250 in terms of the equity that you have to put up, or it's below $5. So if it's below $5, it's either 250 or 100% on the equity whenever you're holding overnight. So they're basically making that intraday. So for an intraday position on the short side, if the stock is below $5, it's either going to be 100% or 250 on the equity that you have to put up in order to get into that position itself. So yes, I mean, just kind of like how it is with Cobra, and right now, if you're trying to get into a position that exceeds your buying power, or if you don't have the equity to put up to satisfy that margin, it's just going to reject your order and not let you get in that.
Got it. And I think one more thing that's important is this is a industry-wide margin change. It's not just specific to Cobra or big trades, correct?
Correct. It's an industry-wide change. Now, for the most part, every firm in the U.S., so everyone regulated via FINRA, there is an 18-month kind of grace, at least as of right now. So starting tomorrow, there is an 18-month grace period for firms to adopt that. But Big Trades is going live with it right out the gate, because Big Trades is tailored towards your small account that's going to be active trading. So yes, across the board, some firms might not implement it until later, which, word on the street, I think that's really just the big box guys, which again, a lot of those guys don't even let you trade small caps in general. From what I've heard on the street as well, it's just other DMA firms are, majority are pretty much implementing those new margin rules right out the gate.
Got it. Couple questions here is, so Big Trades is not using the Rep 25L route. Yeah, they're not using that route because there's no rebates. So with no rebates, you don't need that route. It's free commissions. So with Cobra, you get charged a commission, and then the route covers the commission with a rebate. Big Trades kind of does that on its own, you know what I'm saying? So there's no commission and no rebate. So you just kind of use the routes that they provide. International is coming soon for Big Trades. If you want to have an international account, just open up a $10,000 Cobra account, which is awesome.
Yeah, we're expecting international right now as a Q4 of this year. I will say it is a top priority of ours right now. We know there's a lot of international people that have been waiting for this and do want to join Cobra. To be completely honest, right now it's just kind of a logistical issue internally. So we're working on it. Hopefully it's sooner than Q4, but that's kind of what the expected timeline is as of right now.
Yep. In the Big Pro bundle, is the market data fee included, or it needs to be added?
Needs to be added. So you're going to see that's pretty much the same pricing as regular Cobra. It starts at $20 a month for the basic data package. That gives you your standard level 1 and level 2. Level 2 is top of the book. Honestly, that's what a good portion, or what a majority of traders will have, is just that basic data package. Other traders might look at adding options data. Big Trades is going to support options. Pink sheets, if you're trading OTCs, that's additional market data. It should all be on that website.
Basic is pretty simple. Like I don't think most of our traders need anything more than the basic. Can we hear some more differences about the DAS desktop versus the web version? And if you're a Cobra member and use DAS, is it possible to gain access to the web version?
Yeah, absolutely. If you're already on Cobra and you're running Dash Trader Pro, that automatically includes mobile and the desktop included. So you just log in on the browser. You might not have it enabled on your account. So if you don't have it enabled on our account, of course, just reach out to the live chat on our website, and one of the brokers will get you set up. So in terms of the differences between DAS Web and Dash Trader Pro, it's pretty much what you're probably going to assume it is. I mean, with DAS Web, it's a much more basic version. You're not downloading a desktop onto your desktop or laptops. You're just literally going to, Google Chrome, Safari, whatever you use to, load it up. So it is ideal if you're using a MacBook, and you don't want to download some kind of parallel or virtual environment to run Windows on your MacBook. So that's a positive right there. I would say main difference is, you're really limited on your charting, right? So with it being on the web browser, it's kind of limited to how many pages you can get up. You really can just have one chart at a time. There's no hotkeys on web-based. I think that's also a big one that I typically hear traders kind of looking at in terms of the feedback. So no hotkeys on big trades. I mean on hotkeys is on big trades, but it's on Dash Trader Pro, the full version. It's not on DAS Web. So DAS Web does not support hotkeys. More simplistic order types, which with big trades you don't have that complex order routing, so that's really not as crucial. But less complex order types. You can do basic trigger orders on big trades, but I mean for the most part that's about it. Latency, that's kind of subjective for the most part, right? Because you're with the DAS Web version, you're loading it on your browser. So if you're accustomed to having kind of slow internet here and there, you might have some little lag issues, but that's more so on just your personal internet. Those are really going to be the main points with that. Hotkeys is probably, I would say that's number one thing people ask about on the web-based version. If you use that, unfortunately, no hotkeys. Simplistic charting. Of course, you still have your general studies on there. It's just really just one chart. It's not going to be as complex or customizable as the regular platform. The charting, I will say, it's not as extensive, but DAS Web is rolling out TradingView charts. So it's gonna. I know TradingView's quite a bit popular, so it's gonna have a similar look. Of course, it is not TradingView, so it's not gonna have all the perks and features that you get on a regular TradingView account. But hopefully with that integration, they're gonna look at adopting more of that piece. I would say that's probably going to be your main considerations with what most traders ask for is hotkeys, simplistic charting, simplistic order types.
Got it. Cool. A couple more questions here. Is there a place to see the total rebate amount year to date on DAS? I think it's best to just ask the corporate trading support for that one.
Year to date, not on DAS, because with your DAS platform, it clears daily. So for rebates, I mean, you can check your My Client Link portal. Honestly, yeah, your best bet, just reaching out to a live chat, speak with the broker. They can probably just direct you where to go on My Client Link.
Cool. Is it easy to move money from Cobra to big trades?
Very easy, particularly if it's just under the same individual name. It is possible to have two accounts if that's something you want to look at, as in having a big trades account as well as a Cobra trading account. Just keep in mind it is two separate ledgers, so you have to fund them separately, and it's two codes on the back end, so you wouldn't be able to have both accounts tied to one DAS user. But in terms of transferring funds, generally speaking, you're pretty much looking at a same-day transfer unless you have to wait for trades to settle.
Yep, I currently have a Cobra trading account and a big trades account, so I have both open. Let's see. Account maintenance fee is waived on trading 20K shares. Does that mean in and out? Yeah, in and out.
Yeah, both ways.
When initial funding the big trades account, is there an option to deposit via ACH or is it wire only?
So you can deposit via ACH on My Client, via My Client Link on big trades. So if you're already on Cobra Trading, you're going to see that big trades pretty much has the same systems on the back end, which is My Client Link. The clearing firm is still Wedbush Securities. You could do ACH on big trades because, granted, the amount's not as big, but if you're going to fund more than 10,000, it would have to be a wire, which, at that point, if you're doing more than 10,000, you would, in most cases, you probably want to go over to Cobra Trading because you're going to get a little bit more perks. So ACH, initial funding doesn't have to be wire unless it's over 10,000. With Cobra Trading account minimum is 10,000. That one you pretty much have to do a wire or check for initial funding, just because how that system works. But once you're fully funded with Cobra, you can still set up your ACH for deposits and withdrawals going forward.
Got it. That's awesome. So pretty much initial deposit wire. Then after that, you could go ACH in and out to keep it simple.
Absolutely.
Another question about international. So if you want an international account, guys, just go to Cobra. Big Trades is not ready for that yet. But if you go to Cobra, you could deposit with 10K. Back in the day, it was like near 30K for an international account. So it's that. Can you trade options with the Big Trades account? Yes, you can. Let me keep going. Can I use Wise to deposit money into Cobra account? I don't think so, Michael, but maybe you could correct me.
Yeah, you can actually.
Oh.
Wise, I actually see that quite often with international traders. So it's a popular option. Of course, Cobra can't tell you what option to choose. I think Wise is popular because whenever you send in wires, they convert it to USD. So they convert it to American dollars before sending it out. So in most cases, you would just use standard domestic wire information. It's a little bit easier. So I don't think you can connect it to your My Client Link portal. So via ACH, I don't think you can do that, but you can absolutely send in a wire via Wise.
Wow, I had no idea. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What is the clearing firm for Big Trades? It's going to be Wedbush again. It's pretty much imagine like a baby Cobra account. You have Cobra as the big brother, and then you have Big Trades as the little brother. Does Big Trades mobile work on other browsers that are not popular, like Brave, Vivaldi, Opera, UC browser?
Yes, because it's just, at the end of the day, it's just a web page that you're loading up. Granted, something which, I'm not an IT guy myself, so I won't be able to tell you the logistics on internally. But I mean, if you're using a web browser that's not as common, just, my 2 cents, always be wary of that stuff,
Right.
just lag, things like that. But generally speaking, yes, you can pretty much load it up on any internet browser provider.
Right. Sweet. In the case of having both a Big Trades account and a Cobra account, do you have to pay for DAS twice? I think yes.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, it's not. Unfortunately, it's not. You can't combine the two because they're coded differently on the back end. Cobra, you get the routes, you get the entire arsenal of locate sources versus Big Trades. It's just smart routing, and it's not the full locate network, short locate network.
Well, technically, guys, I'll give you guys a loophole. You didn't hear from me, and Michael could put his earmuffs on. Is if you have a Cobra account with DAS and you're paying for it, just open up a Big Trades account with DAS Web for free. You could just use your level 2 and your charting from the one that you're paying for, and then the execution's on the free one. Michael didn't hear that.
Yeah, believe it or not, that's actually something I've had that conversation with a few traders as well. I mean, because at the end of the day, it's just it's preference based, right? Even if even if you're used to like we have some traders that just die hard for TradingView. TradingView is a very popular platform, so a lot of them will just have the most basic platform just for execution pieces for locate sources, and they just have their montage with their charts from Thinkorswim or TradingView and all that. So at the end of the day, it's just preference based. But yeah, I mean, there's definitely ways around it.
Right. So basically, guys, just to kind of repeat it, is if you already have a Cobra account with DAS and everything else in it and whatever it is, and you're opening up a secondary Big Trades account, you can make the secondary account just the web platform. That way you don't have to pay for it twice.
You're just looking at the market data. So if you do that option, you're just paying $20 for the market data.
Yep. For MIC members, how to finally decide which platform is better to use at the end. My honest opinion is if you have 10,000, go to Cobra. If you have less than 10,000, go to Big Trades. Because Cobra is always going to be a little bit better. It's always going to have a little bit better locate availability. It's going to have better routes. When we do our MIC giveaways and our MIC promos, it's going to be for Cobra accounts. So I would say it's just as simple as if you have the 10K, go with Cobra. If not, go with Big Trades.
I agree. I mean, you're definitely going to get by far a better bang for your buck over at Cobra. Not to downplay Big Trades whatsoever. I mean, Big Trades is going to be, unbiasedly speaking, it's going to be a very, very great option out there if you're just starting out or you're doing smaller size. But over at Cobra Trading, you're you're literally, completely in their driver's seat with all the tools and access as, a professional trader that's been trading on Wall Street that decided to, branch off and do his own, trading. Yes, there is commission, but you have every opportunity to offset your commission and even earn more. I mean, I'm sure y'all have seen, Bal's posts about, sometimes he's literally making 5 figures in just rebates for the routing alone, disregarding his P&L. So
Literally.
you completely offset your commission. You're getting that much better execution because it's true DMA over at Cobra. I mean, what I like to tell traders is, when you take a look at it, take a step back and look at the bigger picture, 1 to 2 cent slippage, you're already paying more than what you would get if you got that instant fill over at Cobra Trading. Because even if you're not using the rebate routes, which we have plenty of routes that are just free, you can still use the rebate routes for taking liquidity, market orders. If you get that instant fill, commission's a fraction of a penny. So 1 penny more on slippage is you're already paying more, choosing the free broker option. Again, not to downplay Big Trade's execution, because execution on Big Trade is going to be solid as well. And then the short locates. I mean, if you're a short bias trader and you have over 10,000, to be completely honest with you, there's for the most part not really a valid reason I can see why you wouldn't want to be over at Cobra Trading. I mean, you're going to get a lot more better bang for your buck, even if you're a smaller trader. Just the way the system works, you have every opportunity to mitigate your costs and even have lesser costs than a free commission broker, whether that's Big Trades or any other free commission broker out there. So some of that, yes, might have a learning curve. You might have to grasp the concept on some of the things like routing or how the short locates work in general. But that's why MIC is here, right? They're here to teach you all that. We have all the brokers here at Cobra. We won't teach you how to trade, but we can teach you how the system works. We can give you information on how routing plays into part with your trading, how the locates work, if you're trying to set up certain type of orders. It really makes a difference once you start learning more.
Yep. Question is, can you use Zelle to fund a Big Trades account?
Not Zelle, unfortunately. It has to come directly from the bank via wire, check, or with Big Trades ACH.
Got it. Let's see.
You can also fund from a different account. So it kind of works the same way. If say you're holding, quite a bit of shares of Tesla, that's at, Schwab, you can still ACAT that over to Big Trades. So if you're holding on to positions, you can still, ACAT that over to Big Trades or Cobra.
Right. Are you guys able to do entity accounts at Big Trades?
Unfortunately, no, not at Big Trades. That is required to go over to Cobra with the 10K minimum. And on that note, API is unfortunately not available on Big Trades either. For API trading, you will have to go to Big Trades.
Right.
I'm sorry, Cobra Trading.
Right. Could you integrate TradingView to either Big Trades or Cobra?
Unfortunately, no. It's not a direct integration. We do offer it via our Cobra Prime, to where you can get access to third-party trading tools based on your volume. So you can get access to it without having to pay for it based on your volume. But it's that instance of what me and Alex were talking about earlier, where you're just you have your DAS instance and then you just load up a separate screen for your charting, but you still have to do your executions through DAS.
Got it. Is the support at Big Trades as fast and as friendly as Cobra's?
Yes, but not as well. It's going to be good. It's not as good as Cobra. With Big Trades, it's specifically just email and live chat. It's still live chat, so you're not going to be getting the runaround by robots. I don't foresee the telephone service coming over to Big Trades anytime soon. For the most part, a lot of it's just kind of like a manpower logistical deal. But as many of you know, our customer service is one of the things that we pride ourselves in. We're confident saying we're second to none in that. So again, Big Trades is just a branch off of Cobra with it. Of course, you have your own Big Trade reps there, but essentially just because of how that system works and the influx of people going on it, it's just gonna be a live chat and an email. So I'm sure many of you probably have horror stories of trying to get in contact with the big box broker. It's going to be better than that by far. So it's just not going to be that instantaneous where you can call like Cobra, for example, and someone's going to answer right away and give you your info. So it's going to be good, just not as good as Cobra.
Yep. Does Cobra have a TWAP order? Yeah, they do. Maybe we could kind of talk about the intraday margin again, Michael, because I know some people have some questions about that.
Any particular area on that, or?
Just how it kind of compares. Maybe explain that 250 rule.
Yeah, so basically the new margin requirements, what PDT is officially eliminated tomorrow, it makes it to where for intraday trading, if you're looking to short stocks below $5, it's either going to be, the margin's going to be held at either 250 or 100%. So it's going to eat up more of your buying power, trading low price securities. That's not Cobra specific. That's the new FINRA rules with this PDT going away. So that's kind of the main difference there versus, prior that was really only applicable overnight. So now they're just making that an intraday, portion. So depending on how much you're funding, that could make an influence. I think most people would recommend not going all in on, one trade. But that's really the main difference that you're looking at. I mean, everything else, generally speaking, it's pretty much the same. I have gone asked that quite a bit. Is all right. PDT is finally going away. Is there a caveat? Is there something that traders don't know? Is this too good to be true? I mean, to be honest, think about it. PDT was implemented, early 2000s. We didn't have the technology that we have today. It wasn't as easily accessible to place a trade. No one really needs to call up a broker specifically to place a trade in any kind of stock. So PDT was just, it was not modern. So I mean, that's really what it is. They're getting rid of PDT. You have the new, $255 rule that I just explained. But other than that, it's all free game. If you have the buying power, if you can get the locations shorted, it's, you trade as you see fit.
Yep. After depositing 10K into the Cobra account, what is the minimum capital that I need to keep in there?
9,000.
9,000. Okay. And then let me get some more questions in here.
And it's pretty easy to migrate over to big trade. So if you open up that Cobra trading, you fund 10K plus, whatever the case may be. If you fall below that 9,000, again, right now it's just domestic only. But if you fall below that 9,000, just reach out to us. You can always transfer over to big trades. You still technically need to open up the new account over at big trades, but because we essentially share the same systems, I mean, you're probably looking at maybe 24 to 48 hours max in terms of that transfer from big trades. I mean, for Cobra to big trades if you fall below that 9K. And then once you're back above 10K, vice versa, you can transfer over to Cobra, pretty seamless.
What type of leverage are you guys offering at big trades? Just the 4-to-1, right?
Yeah, same. 4-to-1 intraday, 2-to-1 overnight.
Sweet.
That's industry wide.
Does big trades accept deposits via crypto?
Unfortunately, not crypto for both big trades or Cobra.
Cool. Yeah, guys, I think that's about it. That's about all the questions I have. So to go to open up your account, it's very, very simple. I actually opened up my account and funded my account in like 24 hours. Just go to the Big Trades website, click on open up an account, and then when you go to the where'd you hear about us, just type in MIC so you get all the promos. And then we have some really big promos and really, really big giveaways. So yeah, if any of you guys want to repost that, but that's pretty much it. So Michael, I really appreciate your time, brother. Thank you for coming on. And what's your, how can people contact you in Slack if they need more info?
So Slack's a little bit more difficult. Of course, I'm happy to monitor and oversee all the sell stuff on Cobra's side. Slack's a little bit more difficult. Reach out to Bobby. That's honestly going to be the fastest way via Slack. So reach out to Bobby. He gets in touch with me. We chat daily. To be completely honest with you, if you need to get a hold of myself or any of the brokers, the fastest option is always going to be the live chat on our website. So cobratrading.com, little green chat box that pops up on the bottom right. And then always just call, of course. Again, unfortunately with big trades, we don't quite have that phone service just yet. But on the Cobra side, chat's always going to be the best. Ping Bobby if you have anything specific, to MIC or getting back up and running, whether it's, you were with us years ago, you're looking to return. We're pretty good on the response time in general, whatever avenue you go through. But you need that instant answer. Live chat's always the best, whether you're, just inquiring or if you're already up and running. If you're live chat's always the best.
Cool. Thanks for your time, Michael. I'm going to
Absolutely.
get you off here and then finish this up here. So thanks again.
Yeah. Take care. Thanks, Alex.
Cool. So just to kind of recap, guys, I have a really big promo going on right now. So if you want to join MIC and watch live trading with us every single day, just like today, we have a 50% off sale on our website, myinvestingclub.com. You could join for $250, literally. If you are an existing member, starting tomorrow, you no longer need to keep big money in your trading account. So wire out some money, and we're going to be giving you guys discounts to pay off your balances as MIC members. Third is starting tomorrow, I'm going to be trading the Big Trades account as well. And whatever money I make in that Big Trades account, I'm going to be giving away to MIC members. And then finally, if you open up your account with Big Trades and you fund it before Monday, you could literally, I'm going to pick one person who uses the code MIC on funding to double their account deposit. So if you deposit $2,500 and you win, you will be getting an account doubled. This is not a Cobra giveaway. This is not an MIC giveaway. This is not a Big Trades giveaway. This is an Alex giveaway for compliance reasons. So really awesome. It literally only takes 1 day to fund your account. I know because I did it. And that's pretty much it. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to call it a day here. Live trading ended up $6,000 on the day, like mentioned. It kind of brings me to $7,000 for the month so far. So trading pretty well. And tomorrow we'll be live trading again at 9 a.m. But we're going to be cutting it off at 9:29 a.m. reserved for MIC members. And that's about it, guys. So reach out, email us. You know, there's plenty of ways to reach us. Now's the time to sign up. PDT is going away tomorrow, and let's make some money together, guys. That's it. Have a great day, and I'll see you again first thing tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. That's it.
Cool. See you guys.
Later.